Hello, behind the second door of our MBSE podcast Advent Calendar, we describe the system idea and the system goals.
The system idea is the elevator pitch of the system of interest. It briefly and crisply describes what the system is, with special focus on what makes it special.
It is a text and provided with graphics if needed. Let's look at it in the model.
The SysML language does not know the concept of system idea. Interestingly, SysML does not know the concept of a system either, although it's a systems modeling language.
We can teach the language new concepts via the profiles and stereotypes extension mechanism. Behind one of the following doors, there will be an explicit explanation about this as well.
Here, in a nutshell, Sysmod introduced the concept of a system via a stereotype, specialized from the block, and defines the system idea as a property of it.
In the model, it can then be represented like this. It is a tool-specific property that the text can be formatted. If graphics are part of the system idea, they are referenced.
The system idea of the Christmas tree is as follows. The Christmas tree is the symbolic center of the Christmas celebration and delights people, especially children. The Christmas tree branches prevent evil spirits from entering the house and give hope for the next spring.
The system objectives are also a concept that SysML does not recognize. Sysmod again uses a stereotype to include it in the language. A system objective is a special form of the SysML requirement.
The following requirements diagram shows the objectives of our Christmas tree. We have an upper level summarizing objective obj0, which summarizes all the MBSE Christmas tree objectives. And we have different objectives like having the best Christmas tree, the number of gifts, a zero footprint on the environment, and we all trace it back to the MBSE podcast.
The diagram is illustrative, but the topology of the elements doesn't really matter much here. So it is a good practice instead to manage the model information in tables. This saves a lot of modeling effort. In addition, in today's modeling tools, tables are usually model queries. That means they show all elements in the model. In the diagram, there are only the elements that a modeler has placed manually on it.
If needed, the diagram can be created quickly, e.g. for a workshop.
You may have noticed the stakeholder. System objectives have a trace relationship to the stakeholders who are responsible for the goal. Here, it is the podcast host, so Christian and me, and as we are responsible for the overall system.
SysML knows the concept of a stakeholder, and Sysmod nevertheless defines a stereotype extended stakeholder to extend special properties like a contract or a priority.
Since the stakeholders are also related to the requirements and they are also belong there thematically, they are stored in the requirements package in the model. You could represent them in a diagram, but it is much more practical in tabular form.
The table does not show all properties of the stakeholders in this case, but only the name, documentation, a contact information, and a priority.
So much for the second door of our MBSE podcast Advent Calendar, and we wish you a great 2nd of December.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.